opportunity to spring a major upset, as we'll see the winners of 3 straight, the Buffalo Bulls, taking on the winners of 5 straight, the Northern Illinois Huskies. Now, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit, I think we've talked long enough for
The stage is set. We have the MAC title game featuring Buffalo and Northern Illinois. The Huskies are trying to avenge their lone conference loss against the Bulls here in Detroit, Michigan, in Ford Field. And on the first drive, they're going to hand it off to Bam Bam Bishop, who uses his speed and gets to the corner and scores the opening drive touchdown.
Touchdown, Northern Illinois. The first chance we had to see them today. All right, Kirk, let's affect the outcome.
These are your leaders on
And on the first play of the Buffalo opening drive, they're going to test the middle of the field, but intercepting it is Ethan Banner. And a disastrous start for the Bulls on offense.
Nice job by this defense jumping on that.
However, this is what Quintavious Pope did last time he played against Buffalo. He handed it right back to them after NIU forced a turnover. And then now Buffalo driving inside the 5-yard line, but blowing up the play is Ethan Banner. He's been everywhere so far in this first half. But then on third down, we lose sight of the quarterback, who prances in, and Buffalo has knotted it up at 7. But in the closing seconds of the half, it's 3rd and goal now for the Huskies, and Quintavious Pope races to the end zone, and he scores. So both teams trade quarterback scramble touchdowns, and it's 14-7 NIU as we head into the break. Now moving quickly to start this third quarter is Buffalo. But on play action, blowing up the play is Keywan Davis, and the ball is on the ground. And it's scooped up by Tristan Hilliard, and the big fella is going to get a scoop and score. Now he fumbles, and picking up it in the end zone is Tracy Porter, Johnny on the spot. And NIU with a crazy play does get a scoop and score touchdown. Then after Buffalo would respond with a touchdown drive to cut the lead in half, 4th and 6 now for NIU in their own territory, and they floated up to Trey Pipkin to move the sticks and keep the drive alive. And then on the next play, Quintavious Pope pulls it, keeps it, and runs for about 9.5. And as the fourth quarter starts, Quintavious Pope lofts one up in the end zone, and Johnny Johnson somehow runs underneath it and gets a foot down. And it's 28-14, NIU goes back up by 14. Now Buffalo back on the move, 2nd and goal. They're going to hand it off to Mark Anthony Scott Jr., who tries to get to the corner, but he cannot. And that'll bring up 3rd and goal. Now on 3rd and goal, they hand it right back off to Mark Anthony Scott Jr., who tries to lunge his way in, but he cannot. And that'll bring up 4th and goal.
Field goal here doesn't help the cause. They're going to go for the touchdown here on 4th down.
And rushing up to the line to call this 4th down play. And now lofting one to Mark Anthony Scott Jr., and he catches it. So they throw a touchdown to Mark Anthony Scott Jr., and it is 28-21. Buffalo's not done yet. And as the 2-minute warning hits, NIU's trying to put this game away with the 1st down. And lofting one downfield, who's got a step, is Justin Thomas, but it's underthrown. And Buffalo does get the critical turnover they need. And Buffalo would go down and score very quickly to make it 28-28. NIU now will get the final drive and see if they can tack on some points to win this MAC title. And on a critical 3rd and 4, they give it to Jalen Poe, who's just trying to stay in the middle of the field and set up this field goal, and he gets down with about 19 seconds remaining. Poe this time again tries to keep it in the middle of the field, gets no yards, but the clock will wind down to 5 seconds, and NIU will call their final timeout to set up this 45-yard field goal. Tommy Reese from 45 yards out to win the MAC championship, and it's good. It sneaks through, and the Huskies go back-to-back. They finish 11-2. And will that be enough for the College Football Playoff Committee to award them a spot in the dance? A walk-off field goal as time expires to win the MAC. And that was enough to get NIU in the playoffs. They're the 11th seed. They'll go to the Carrier Dome in round 1 to face the Syracuse Orange. And look at how awful this is. Georgia goes 11-2. They win the SEC championship outright, and they miss the playoff. They finish 13th. Alabama finishes 12th after literally beating the Crimson Tide and Bama makes the playoff, and the SEC champion gets left out. And first round CFP coverage will start Friday at 3:30. Wake Forest goes to Cal. And then later that night at 8 o'clock, Alabama goes to Norman to play the Sooners in an SEC battle. Then more CFP coverage continues the next day, Saturday at noon. NIU goes into the Carrier Dome to play Syracuse, and then first round coverage concludes later that night at 8 o'clock. Auburn goes into the Horseshoe to play Ohio State.